In this video, I'm going to share with you the basics of selecting young koi. If you follow the rules, you can greatly enhance your success with young fish. The starting point is find yourself a good dealer. You really want someone who's got access to good quality fish. Quite importantly, they need to have a serious approach to fish health, and you need someone who can advise and mentor you throughout your koi journey. But quite importantly as well, you need someone with honesty and integrity. Okay, just looking at the 5 big things when selecting a fish. The first one is you need to look at the fish's health. You need to look at the body conformation, the skin quality of the koi, the pattern of the koi, and the long-term potential of the koi based on your objectives. And I'm going to take you through all 5 of these points now. Just looking at fish health, these are the big no's. What you need to make sure you're doing is giving yourself the best start by selecting the best fish. And these are the healthy fish. So you need to look for no clamped fins, no excess mucus or white fluff on the body of the fish, no irregular swimming, no skinnies. You don't want thin fish that clearly are losing weight. No obvious damage or wounds, so no ulcers, no split fins, no damage that you've got to deal with later in terms of looking after the fish. No gasping at the surface. You don't want fish that are battling to breathe. And then quite importantly as well, look at what the fish are doing in the context of the pond. Are they hanging out on their own? Are they swimming with their friends? It's very important that you choose from a pond with healthy fish. If the dealer's selling sick fish, they might not be the right dealer for you. Okay, looking at body shape, you want to select a fish that's going to grow into a jumbo and reach your objectives. The first thing to look at is a big wide mouth and a big head. The bigger and the wider the mouth, the more food this fish potentially can eat. The second thing is a big tail tube. You want it to be really strong. The bigger the tail tube, the faster this fish can get to the food and eat it up and grow. You want a long cigar-shaped body, and you want the broadest part of the koi to be at the shoulder. Importantly, you don't want any pot bellies. They don't grow long and they don't grow big. You also want significant height at the shoulder. That's an indication of good body shape and good growth. You also want strong, even pecs on the fish. Okay, looking at skin quality, the best way I've heard this explained is that good skin looks like a cotton shirt, and great skin on the koi fish looks like a silk shirt. Importantly, no blemishes. When you're looking at something like a kohaku, you want to make sure that the white is as pure as possible. You don't want yellow or a cream tone. You want a thick, deep, even tone in your color pattern. Don't worry about the intensity of the color yet. I mean, color develops over a period of time. Orange will become red. The gray and blue of sumi, or the black of the fish, will become darker as the fish grows. I think what you're looking for up front is an even tone, and you're looking, especially in a white-based fish, for beautiful snow white. Looking at the pattern of the fish, I'm going to talk about looking at the pattern for a gosanke fish. So essentially kohaku, showa, or senki. Importantly, you need to make sure that there's white on the front and the back of the fish. So you want a white nose, and you want a white tail break at the back. The second thing is you want even red across the koi from front to back. You don't want the pattern to be too far forward or too far back. You also want to make sure that you've got a big, clean pattern with no small he or red spots across the fish. So you want a big, clean pattern. You want even breaks or steps. Very often when looking at the intensity of the red, you can look at the red that's on the head of the fish. It's normally darker than the red on the body, and that's generally the color that's going to develop as the body of the fish matures and the color on the body matures. When selecting gosanke, I make sure that I don't select gosanke with red eyes. I also prefer patterns that are above the eyes. You also need to look at the sashi and the kiwa. So that's basically the start and the end of the pattern. It's the edging of the pattern. Is it clean and neat, and does it follow the scale? Or is it quite blurry? And that blurriness, is it likely to clear up? Or is it going to stay there for a long time? You need to look at the edging, so front edging and back edging, to make sure it's a clean, nice edge to your pattern. When looking at the long-term potential of a fish, you essentially need to consider all of the points that we've already discussed. Potential also links into the purpose that you've purchased the fish for. So is it a show fish? Do you want to show the fish at a koi show? Is it just really about having a good pond, a fish in your pond? Is it about fish growth? Do you want to grow a jumbo fish, or do you just want a fish that looks really good? You also need to consider the age of the fish. How old is the fish now? And how much growing can this fish still do? Very importantly, in terms of potential, is genetics. So who's the breeder? What parent stock was used? And what has this lineage done before in terms of growth and development? How does it develop? And how's this particular fish going to develop in the context of that? Are you specifically wanting a male fish or a female fish? If you're looking at a long-term show potential fish, you're possibly looking at a female because it's got better body conformation. But you can still get really good quality males that are worth looking at and might not grow as big or be as imposing, but would still be stunning koi. The next thing to look at is where this fish is in its evolution. How far is it developed? Is it a finished fish at Tosai? Or does it still have a lot of work to do in terms of development over the years? That also ties into the purpose that you're actually buying the fish. Do you want to show the fish now as a smaller size fish in a koi show? Or do you want to develop it over time in your koi pond and watch it grow and develop into a fantastic show winner? Okay, let's take a look at a bowl of kohaku. The difference in body shape is quite evident in this bowl, and you can see some koi are definitely more imposing than others. You can also see some of these koi have got fuller patterns and less exciting patterns than the other ones. Okay, and on to bowl number 2. Here we can quite clearly see a much better grade of fish. The body shapes are superb, the patterns are evenly balanced, and you can just see the difference from the fish in the first bowl. It's important that you get to know what good fish look like. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please follow Koi Select on YouTube or Facebook for more videos.